Hi, my name is Dee.
And I'm Rod.
And we're the Sellers. We have been married now for almost 18 years. We have been given a task by our pastor and first lady to talk a little bit about marriage. They have given us 4 questions to answer, and we will each answer each question. The first question is, why do you think your marriage is successful? I think that our marriage is successful because we do have God in our life, in our marriage. We put Him first in our marriage. We pray a lot together, and when we have decisions that we have to make, we go to God in prayer. So I believe that that's one of the reasons why our marriage is successful.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. I would also like to add to that, being able to compromise. You know, a lot of times both of you can't be right. So somebody got to take the high road, somebody got to take the low road. That's all part of the compromise. And if you're not able to compromise, you're going to have a long, bumpy road.
Okay. All right. And the second question is, what do you in particular do to make your marriage successful and long-lasting? I think we do a lot of things together. We spend a lot of time together, and we enjoy spending a lot of time together. He's like my best friend, and we talk a lot. We have a lot of fun together and stuff too. And I think that our marriage is successful was because we try to make sure that we're doing good with each other. And if we have any arguments or anything going on, we try to talk about them and, try to, I guess that's where compromise come in again too. Try to compromise and just say, okay, this is what we're going to do, and so on and so forth. So I think that's another one of the reasons why that our marriage is lasting as long as it is. Because we like to spend time together and we do things together.
Ditto. I agree 100%, but I like to add to that also. On another note, I would also say, try to work on having your finances together, because I know a lot of people have financial troubles, and, you got to have a plan in order so that will not affect your relationship. So, for us, I know she's gonna say I'm getting too personal, but for us, we did a budget. Takes this much to run the house. She puts in so much, I put in so much. That takes care of the house. Then whatever you have left, you have your bank account, I have my bank account, and whatever you do with your money is cool. Whatever I do with my money is cool. So therefore, money is never an issue because we have met the basic needs, and anything else is just extra.
Yeah, so basically what he's trying to say is we take care of the household first, and then whatever is left over, we can each individually handle on our own. If we want to do something, if I want to go buy something like a nice pair of shoes and a nice dress or whatever, I don't have to worry about him telling me I spent more money than I should have because we didn't meet the needs of the household. The needs of the household are already met. So whatever happens after that is good. So it works really well for both of us. Okay? All right, the third question is, what has been the most challenging aspect of your marriage? I've been thinking really hard about that, and I can't think of a really challenging aspect of our marriage, except for if I want something to go my way and he's not in agreement with it, and then I kind of have a little problem with it because I really want it to go my way, and I have to try to butter him up to make him do what I want him to do. And then sometimes he will, because he goes with that happy life, happy wife, happy life thing. But then there are times when he might not be in agreement to doing it, whether it be go somewhere to somebody's party or something like that, and he might not feel like doing it, and then he tells me no, he doesn't want to do it, and he stands to it and don't do it. Then that's really a big challenge for me, because you might say that's being spoiled or whatever, but it's not. It's just that I have fixed in my mind that this is what we're going to do, and then he might have changed his mind and now he doesn't want to do it, and I have a hard time getting away from it. So that's the big challenge to me. One of the big challenges. I'm sure it's something else, but right now that's what comes to the forefront.
Yeah, the definition for that in the dictionary is being a bully. A lot of times everybody know me, I'm like this 100% of the time. So, like I say, all of it in a nutshell, if you're able to compromise, you're able to communicate, talk to each other, try to understand each other, because, sometimes I know she get upset with me, I might get upset with her. But like I said, don't sweat the small stuff. A lot of times you're not going to be in full agreement, but you got to learn to compromise. You got to learn to take the good with the bad,
right,
the bitter with the sweet.
Right. And stick with that cliche.
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
Okay.
That works wonders. Really, it does. But in all seriousness, really, if you just talk things out, like he said, I might get upset about something, and he might get upset about something. The key to the whole thing is to talk it out. You know what I mean? It's just to work through it and talk it out. And like I said, I think what's really good about us is that we are good friends. We are really good friends. When I met him, he told me about a few weeks into it, he was like, "You are my soulmate." And I looked at him, I thought he was a little bit crazy. I'm like, soulmate, what is he talking about? But I come to believe that is so true. It didn't take me long to figure it out that it's true. I think that's why we get along so well, and we always seem to, have so much fun together and enjoy each other. Even when we have things going on, it's because we are soulmates.
And the thing is, never go to bed mad. I ain't been to sleep in 2 weeks. I just kid, just a little humor there.
Oh, to know him is to love him. But seriously, yes. And then another thing too is he knows I got his back and he got my back. Once that's established, nobody can come in between us. You may say something about him, and somebody might say something about me. We going to bat for each other.
Never let anybody infiltrate.
Never. Nobody. Nothing comes between. Nothing or no one. And I think that's a strong aspect that keeps the marriage going as well. All right. And then the last question is, what advice do you have for someone who's considering whether or not to get married? I would just say this. Talk everything through. Put all the cards on the table before you decide to get married. Whatever is really important to you, put it out there. And the person should do the same thing, because it's not going to work out if you get married and then you didn't discuss your finances, how you want the money to be handled, how you want the bills to be handled, or if you decide that you want kids and then the other person doesn't want kids. I mean, all of those things should be talked about before you get married. I think that's what that's important.
Yeah, and in closing, like I like to say this to everybody, take your time. Don't rush into it, and just be observant. If you do something and that other person, something minor, and that other person gets mad or acts out, I promise you, multiply it by 10, and that's how bad it'll get during the course of the marriage. So just don't look at something and just brush it off and think it was insignificant. Yeah, it matters.
That's right. So basically, just make sure, keep your eyes open